Hello everyone, welcome to Books as Sakshi. I hope you guys are doing great and you guys are reading a lot of books. In today's video, I'm going to talk about an amazing historical fiction. And if you're someone who is very much interested in bookish content, in book reviews, recommendations, so please make sure that you subscribe to my channel because I upload regular videos on my channel every week. And also do share it with your reader friends who might be interested in the same content. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about my favorite Indian author, actually one of my favorite Indian authors. And the book is The Last Queen, written by author Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. And this is my third book that I have read of Chitra Banerjee, and quite obvious, two other popular books that she has is The Forest of Enchantments and The Palace of Illusions. Those two books fall in the category of mythology, and this book is a historical fiction based on true events. And I love this book. I love this book first of all for one reason, and that is obviously the writing style of Chitra Banerjee. She just writes fearlessly, and you just fall in love with the way she writes. And so for that very reason, I wanted to try reading this book, and I was quite skeptical, let me tell you very honestly, because it got released in 2021, I guess, and people were reading it that time. I did not read it, and people were really sharing their mixed reviews that it's not as good as her other books. Let me tell you one thing, just in case you don't know, Chitra Banerjee has so many books, and I'm actually planning to read all of her works, which are quite not famous, I guess, because her other two books are so popular that I don't see people reading her other books. And so anyway, so I was seeing these mixed reviews and I was also very skeptical about it. So finally in 2022 I decided to read it, and I wholeheartedly loved this. There were few things that I did not like, and I'm going to share that in my video. So stay tuned and watch this video until the very end. The Last Queen, as the title already suggests, it's a book about a queen, Jindan Kaur, who was wife of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was the first king in the Sikh Empire. Ranjit Singh had around 20 wives, and Jindan Kaur was his last queen and the youngest, because she was very young when she got married to Maharaja Ranjit Singh. We see this novel from the perspective of Jindan, and we follow the story right from her childhood, where she's very much close to her brother Jawahar, and they would go around, they will steal guavas, and they'll steal some other food items because their family condition was not that good. And even their father Manna, he used to live in Lahore, and he would not come to home that often, and it was just Jindan, her brother, and her mother who would have to manage everything. And then one day Manna actually takes Jawahar and Jindan to Lahore with him, and there he gets Jawahar a job, and he's so determined to arrange the marriage between Jindan and Maharaja Ranjit Singh for his personal selfish reasons, and he's very much determined. And it's not a spoiler, but Jindan actually gets married to Sarkar. Sarkar is Maharaja Ranjit Singh, and from there, the whole controversies, so many conflicts. Since I mentioned that there were like so many wives of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, so everyone is so jealous because Jindan Kaur was like very beautiful, very charming, and also since she was very young, so queens are like very jealous, and even they are trying to plot something against her. So she even faces like a lot of problems in this area, and how she overcomes it, and how she's dealing with all these problems is something which we read in later parts, since this book is divided in four parts. The first part includes all her childhood, second part includes when she actually becomes a bride, third part includes when she becomes a queen, and last and the fourth part deals about the rebel. And in no way I'm giving you any spoilers, but this is just an amazing historical fiction that you should be reading if you are interested in history. Particularly, I learned a lot of things about Maharaja Ranjit Singh, about our Kohinoor, about Queen Victoria, and about a lot of other facts, that I was not knowing about. And this book was quite a rich experience for me, because it helped me learn a lot. And while I was reading this book, I was also doing my other research alongside that. I was searching the facts and looking it up on Google, after reading what I just read in the book. So it was quite an amazing experience that I've had with this book. So not just in terms of pleasure, but in terms of knowledge also, I would say this book was so fruitful for me. Talking about the character of Jintan Kaur, who is like our main protagonist, as you will see her story throughout, right from her childhood till she dies. And I guess this is very obvious because everyone has to die, so this is not a spoiler. Obviously, at one point she has to die. And so right from her childhood till the time she actually dies, you will actually feel a sort of connection with her. But with that being said, I would also say that at some points, only at some points, I hated Jintan for her decisions, for her um few actions, and for her behavior change that happened once she became a queen. And I guess all of those things were like quite obvious, but as a character I hated those things in her. And I loved her character. I loved how strongly Chitra Banerjee has portrayed the character of Jindan Kaur. I loved everything about Jindan because she was so fearless, obviously not since the beginning, but as time passes, as she's moving ahead in life, she's very fearless because she has to go from one place to another. She's fighting all the battles alone, and she's just so strong, so strong. I just have to say this. There's a lot of strength and courage in the character of Jindan, but at some point I just hated her for like a bit, like a tiny prick. I hated her, but overall I definitely loved her. And the book will just grab all your attention, because even though I took, I guess, a week to finish this, because I had other work as well, so I was not able to read it that consistently. I was always looking for time so that I can read few more pages. It's very interesting, and if you have read other works by Chitra Banerjee, you already know about her writing style, how beautiful it is, especially when it comes to female characters. So this book is another example of such brilliant writing style. And if you are a Chitra Banerjee fan, or if you just want to start with her books, then I guess you should read this book. If you are interested in historical fiction, if you want to try mythology book, then you should read her The Palace of Illusion, which is actually a retelling of epic Mahabharat from the perspective of Draupadi. If you are interested in Ramayana, then also The Forest of Enchantments by Chitra Banerjee is a retelling from the perspective of Sita. So if you're interested in that genre, definitely go ahead with those books. If you're interested in this genre, definitely read this book and let me know your opinion later on. If you have already read this book, please let me know how you feel about it, and what are your thoughts about it. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Whatever it is, just let me know them in the comments below. I would love to know. And that is it for today's video. I really hoped you guys enjoyed it, and if you're also interested in like regular daily bookish content, then I would highly request you to go ahead and follow my Instagram, which is with the same handle, Books with Sakshi, and I would just love to have you guys over there. And for now, this is it. I'll meet you in the upcoming videos. Until next time, take care and keep reading.